Hello, Grace Workers. If God has called you to go into the coaching and consulting business and you're thinking, I want to be a life coach, this is the video that you need to watch to know every single step that you would need to take start to finish in order to be successful at this. I am going to give you the complete roadmap and what I would say that I didn't really have when I was starting off because I made a lot of mistakes and wasted a lot of time. I've learned, I've started making money, and I am enjoying the journey right now. But this video is going to save you so much heartache because I'm going to be pouring into you and I'm going to let you know every single thing that I wish I knew, and this video is going to change your life forever. It's going to be so eye-opening, so I want you to watch this video till the end and do not miss any part of this video. And if you're listening to me thinking, who is this young lady? Why should I listen to her? Well, hey there, my name is Benny and I am a Christian business coach. I started off as a life coach and I was basically coaching on productivity and time management as a Christian. And now I help Christians like you start their own coaching businesses from scratch, figure out their niche and grow it as well. And in addition to that, I also have a master's degree in business administration and I am currently doing my PhD program in business. So I know a thing or two about how to run a successful business, and as someone who has been coaching for the past 3 years, I also know a thing or two about what it means to run a successful coaching business from all the lessons that I've learned along the way. Last but definitely not least, another reason why my advice is going to be very valuable to you is because I've also written a book about this. I've written a book about everything you need to know to actually start a coaching business as a Christian and do it the right way in order to make profit and make an impact without burning out. The book is called Grace Work and it is currently out for pre-orders. On this channel, I create productivity and business content to help Christians like yourself start and grow a profitable and a purposeful business without burning out. So if that sounds like you, then you're going to love this video and you're going to also love this YouTube channel. So stick around till the end, and if you find this video valuable, don't leave without subscribing. That being said, let's jump right in. So in order to be a Christian life coach in 2025, this very first step is going to be very important in that journey. So first of all, when I started off, I called myself a life coach and I genuinely believed myself to be one. However, in the course of coaching people, I came to learn a thing or two about that statement, I am a life coach. When you put that out on your social media pages or when you tell people I'm a life coach, the first thing that comes to their mind is, what does that mean? What exactly do you do? And you do not want to make people ask themselves those kinds of questions. You want to make sure that when you tell people what you do, immediately they know whether you can help them or not. And so that is why this very first step and this very first point is so important, because you need to identify what part of a person's life that you are going to be coaching. Okay, yes, you're a Christian life coach, and that means that your methodology is going to be primarily Christian. But what part of their lives are you coaching in? It is so vague to say that you're a life coach because then people start to wonder, okay, what part of my life are you talking about? So you want to make sure that that is very clear from the jump. So instead of calling yourself a life coach or a Christian life coach, you're going to specify what part of their life or what specific problem you're trying to solve, and you're going to call yourself that. So for example, when I started off, I said, oh, I'm a life coach, and I found out that nobody really knew what I was doing. So I decided to take this advice and I was like, okay, do you know what? What would happen if I told people I'm a productivity coach or I'm a time management coach? So when I started communicating that, then people knew exactly what to expect of me. And then I was able to attract the right people that I could actually help and that I was best suited to help. So yeah, are you helping this person with their self-discipline? Are you helping them with time management? Are you helping them with their self-esteem? Are you helping them with confidence? Are you helping them to speak better? Are you helping them with their career? Are you helping them with their relationships? Like, what specific part of their lives are you trying to help improve? When you have figured out that specific part of their lives that you're trying to improve, that is when you know what to call yourself. So if you're trying to help someone improve their relationship life, then you know that you're calling yourself a relationship coach. If you're helping them improve their spiritual life, then you know that you're calling yourself a spiritual growth coach. If you're helping them with self-discipline, then you know that you're calling yourself a self-discipline coach. If you're helping them with time management, then you know that you're calling yourself a time management coach. If you're helping them with their all-round productivity, then you know that you're calling yourself a productivity coach. If you're helping them with their health, then you know you're calling yourself a health coach. The list is literally endless, and there is something you have that is best suited to help in a specific area of other people's lives, and you can help them whilst still preserving your Christian values. So yeah, identifying this is going to be very helpful for you. Once you have identified a specific part of your target audience's life that you want to help them with, then the next step is to understand what makes this person tick. Now that we've sorted out the life coach part, step 2 is the Christian part. So does that mean you're going to be speaking to every single Christian? No. When I started off, I was just talking blindly, speaking to Christians, speaking to people in general. If you're talking to everyone, you are talking to no one. Even when you decide to serve Christians, not all Christians are going to be your target audience. When people hear you speak, they should know she's my person or he's my person. They should know that you are best suited to help them. And every Christian has their different struggles and the different areas that they need help with. So for example, I am called to serve ambitious Christians that want to make impact, Christians that want to walk in their purpose, Christians that want to do all of that whilst making money in the process, and not do it from a place of hustle, but from a place of rest. So because I know those are the people that I'm called to serve, I specifically create content that I know would attract only those kinds of Christians. So what specific characteristics or traits do these Christians have that you feel like you are best suited to serve? So for example, are they, like in my case, ambitious Christians, or are you trying to attract single Christians or single Christian ladies, or married Christians, or Christians that struggle with procrastination and time management, and so on and so forth? You need to know their character traits, their unique personality traits, so that way when they hear you speaking to them, they know that you are speaking to them specifically. So step 2 is basically figuring out your customer avatar, and not just figuring out your customer avatar, but narrowing down to their specific personality traits, so that when you speak to them, they know that they are the ones that you're speaking to. So now that you've niched down, and then you've also narrowed down your avatar, the next step is to start your coaching business. So when building a business, I am of the humble opinion that you should actually start by building an online presence. Before you log out, wait, let me explain. So when I started off my business, I started off by putting out content online, and that was ever before I started coaching. I thank God that I did that. I thank God that He led me to do that, because 2 things happened. The first thing that happened was I built confidence, right? I got so used to talking about my specific area of expertise that when it came down to working with the person one-on-one, I already knew a lot about that specific area, because there's so much that goes into creating content. We're talking research, we're talking anticipating questions that your viewers may have, and so on and so forth. So as you go through that process of creating content, you're building confidence, you're building momentum. And the second most important thing that happens when you create content is that you're now attracting your audience. So what that means is when you officially start coaching, you're not going to be looking for clients. You're not going to be struggling and hustling and bustling to find people to work with you. So let us get that out of the way. The first thing you need to do is to create an online presence. It doesn't have to take you 5 years, okay? Contrary to popular opinion, I believe that doing this for just 6 weeks to about 3 months is more than enough time before you actually start getting clients. You don't need to do this for 10 years before you start getting clients. No, it doesn't take that long to establish yourself online, especially when you show up often. And when I say often, I don't mean that you have to show up every single day. Okay, that's another misconception that I've spoken about on this channel. The goal is not just showing up. The goal is to show up predictably, so that your audience know when to expect videos from you, so that they are not just wondering when you're going to post. And frankly speaking, if you do not have a predictable schedule, people can actually forget you, and you might post and you might not get your audience returning back. So you want to make sure that You post as frequently or as often as is practical for you, but more importantly, that you post on a predictable schedule. So that being said, step 3 is to actually pick a platform online. I personally believe that you should leverage between 2 to 3 platforms online, simply because you want to give yourself the maximum possible opportunity to be discovered. However, you should not start by posting on multiple platforms. You should focus on just one platform when starting off. Your one platform could be LinkedIn. Your one platform could be Pinterest. Your one platform could be YouTube. Your one platform could be Instagram. Your one platform could be TikTok. Whatever the case may be, just pick one platform. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It doesn't have to be Instagram. It literally can even be Twitter. Just pick the platform that you feel most comfortable with. And personally, I would also suggest that you should start with the platform that you use the most. Because when you use a platform often, you most likely know the nuances of that platform and what is acceptable on that platform. So yes, start with your most preferred platform before expanding to a secondary platform and then maybe a third platform. Now that has been established, we're on step 4, and we've already touched on this a little bit, but when you have selected your platform, this is the time that you now begin to create content. You already know the importance of creating content and why that comes before even actually coaching. Yes, guys, you want to create content that aligns with your value proposition. You already know your niche, you already know your customer avatar. Speak to that person and speak on topics in that niche. Be yourself, enjoy the process, and also infuse your personal stories. Let people hear about your journey. At this point, you've not necessarily coached anyone yet, so you want to tell people how you've got this result for yourself, the struggles you went through before you got to this point, how you finally solved the problem, and so on and so forth. You want to share your journey, share your stories. You want to talk about that because now you don't have client reviews and testimonials, but you are your biggest reviewer and your biggest marketer. So you want to make sure that even though you've not worked with anyone yet formally, that you still communicate to people that you know a thing or two about this topic. A lot of people think that they need to be experts in order to help people. No, you actually don't. That is a massive misconception that I deal extensively with in my book, Grace Work. So basically, you do not need to be an expert. People don't really care about expertise. They care about authenticity. They want to know that they can trust you, that you can actually help them get to where you currently are. And once you're able to prove that through your stories, then guess what? It's going to be easy for you when you want to start coaching. So now your target audience has connected with you. They love you. They love your story. And you're now on a roll. You're talking about this topic. You're talking to this specific avatar. What next? This is the step where you actually start to gather field experience. You get some people together and coach them for free. Number 1, because this is your first experience, so you're most likely going to make mistakes. So you want to make sure that you're not making mistakes on people's hard-earned cash, okay? And you're actually not working for free because they're going to end up giving you reviews, testimonials, and so on and so forth. So it's actually not free. And then once you're done with that first round, you don't have to work for free forever. Once you've gotten that first batch of reviews and testimonials and so on and so forth, charge. Literally start charging. It's literally that simple. So now there are some people that say, well, I want to be a consultant, I don't want to be a coach. Whatever the case may be, once you have gone through this process, it's going to be easy to become a consultant, because now that you have started coaching, you will know all the problems that exist in your niche and for your avatar. So when people come to you and say, hey, this is my problem, then literally within a 1-hour session, you can solve that problem for them. And that is basically the difference between coaching and consulting. So basically, when you're done coaching, it's time to scale, and that is when you can go into consultancy, start selling courses, or you could start an agency, whatever the case may be. And that is basically step 6, because at this point you are just growing, you're scaling your business, you're adding more offers, and so on and so forth. This is quite a journey. I know what I just summarized to you is something that takes time to carefully unravel. However, if you've heard everything I've said and you're like, do you know what, I'm ready to start this journey, you don't need to make any massive commitments. You can pre-order my book, Grace Work, and it will take you through the very first step of figuring out your niche, your avatar, and so on and so forth. month. The link to pre-order my book is going to be in the description box below and in the pinned comments below. If you pre-ordered my book within 7 days from the moment this video is released, then I'm going to throw in a 1-page PDF that contains every single thing I just said in this video, but broken down in a simplified manner that you can start applying step by step from today. In addition to that, any other bonus that I offer on this channel, I'm going to deliver it straight into your inbox. If you're not ready to get the book and you just want to keep on getting free content like this regarding coaching, consulting, and everything, you can actually follow my business page at Young and Purposeful Institute on Instagram. You can scan the QR code on this screen and you might actually learn a thing or two. If you found this video valuable, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. You can also check out this video right here. See you there.